And right now, abortion is legal in Wisconsin. The state Supreme Court striking down Wisconsin's 19th century abortion ban in a highly anticipated split decision. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard live at Milwaukee's Planned Parenthood tonight. And Hannah, they're calling this a victory.
They are, Blake. So the 2022 overturning of Roe v. Wade caused some confusion here in the state of Wisconsin. What was the law of the land? Laws enacted over the last 50 years or that 1849 abortion ban? Well, today in that split decision, the Wisconsin Supreme Court answered that very question. Outside this Planned Parenthood in the heart of Milwaukee.
I am shocked to hear the Supreme Court ruling. It's a travesty of justice. The 1849 law was a good law.
Pro-life advocates saddened at the state Supreme Court's abortion ruling, while pro-choice supporters relieved. How would you categorize today's ruling from the Supreme Court?
I think this is a really important milestone.
The liberal-controlled Wisconsin Supreme Court Wednesday struck down the state's 1849 abortion ban. Justice Rebecca Dallet in the majority saying, quote, legislation enacted over the last 50 years regulating the who, what, where, when, and how of abortion thoroughly covers the entire subject of abortion, that it was meant as a substitute for the 19th century near total ban on abortion. The 1849 law did make it a felony for anyone other than the mother or a doctor in an emergency to destroy an unborn child.
It appears that once again the state Supreme Court liberals sort of went rogue and overturned legislative power.
The decision today is a victory for patients and providers and for public health and for, frankly, basic human dignity to have that autonomy and decision making over your own life. But it doesn't protect abortion access in the long term.
Which is why 12 News legal analyst Craig Mastantuono says this battle is likely not over.
This is, I believe, a very big round in a multi-round fight.
Okay.
And so what happens next is going to be the interesting part in terms of legislative authority to pass or a law that affects abortion rights in Wisconsin and potentially subsequent challenges to such authority on the basis of state constitutional authority.
So, Hannah, it certainly begs the question, what is the abortion law in effect in Wisconsin right now?
Well, right now in the state of Wisconsin, Blake, non-emergency abortions are legal up to 20 weeks, which is roughly 5 months into a woman's pregnancy. But again, as you just heard from Craig Mastantuono, he believes likely this fight is not over.
All right, we will have to wait and see. Hannah Hilliard live outside of Milwaukee's Planned Parenthood tonight. Thanks, Hannah.